Hi, I'm Illexxandra,
And I'm DJ Shakey.
and we're back to do a second track walkthrough for our song Mushrooms on Parade from our Bass Arithmetic EP on Producer Dojo. And we made a fatal mistake in our first track walkthrough, which is nothing technical. All of that is good. Our fatal mistake was not drinking whiskey while we did it, so
We're not going to make that mistake again.
we're not going to make that mistake again. We are drinking a bottle that I think is now available to everyone, but used to only be available in the airports in the UK. This is a Glenmorangie, the Tribute. Yeah, good times.
And it's a tribute to the Bass Arithmetic EP.
True. And to Producer Dojo.
And to Producer Dojo. And to Producer Dojo. Without whom, we would not have this EP.
Okay. So, I think I'm framed here. Can't see myself. So, am I framed? Am I framed? You know that song, Am I Blue?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I do.
Okay,
so you sing it better than me.
When we made Mushrooms on Parade, which is the 4th track and the 5th track on our EP, we were actually Dylan encouraged us to. We had this idea already, but Dylan encouraged us to put something more experimental on for the 4th song, or more unusual, I suppose. And we had already started this idea, and it ended up being perfect. We were kicking around. I mean, for a while we've been joking on the something. I keep calling it the Electric Light Parade, but it's the Main Street Electrical Parade from Disney. And so that was the seed idea, and that goes like this. Or not. I'm trying to maximize it. I tried to maximize it, and computers are very sad about all these things running at the same time. OBS and Ableton and this. And it's not coming through no more. Alright, good times. Well, if the music doesn't come through, you'll get the point.
Just play it.
I'm trying.
It's a lot of Moog synthesizer music. And it's very playful. There we go. And there are, in fact, mushrooms on parade in this video. And here they are.
And here they are. Mushrooms on parade. Yeah, the sound is skipping out. Here we go. So,
there you go.
The Main Street Electrical Parade premiered in the 70s, like the early 70s. So it's like, like she said, like Moog music and like whimsical, weird. And so this was the seed. There we go. Oh, all right. It's definitely trying to work itself out with the audio.
Look it up.
And so that was that. And then we, it was an interesting challenge to try to make bass music that like basically in a major key, and so those were the tools we were working with. And also we wanted alongside that, here to describe the video.
The very, very first inspiration, not this chick, we're not at her yet.
We're not at her yet.
Was another song that we listened to, a completely different song. What song was that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You played it.
What do you mean?
The very first song was like sort of a jazz.
Oh shoot! I wish you told me this earlier. It's it's a good one. It's worth talking about.
Let's see if we can play it.
Don't look at all this. It is in, a barcarolle is what it's called. Woo! That pulled that out of my back of my brain. Oh. was about showing up.
Just take a few. What is that? Maybe put the email thing.
Maybe.
Do you know who the artist is?
That's funny. I took the E out. Oh, because there's two L's. Let's see. No, that's not it. Anyway, well, there's this Moog music kind of situation, which, that's not it. So, yeah, unfortunately, I did not have that ready in time, but we're not starting this video over. So,
well, the thing about that song was it was very meandering, and it was kind of like, it was super chill, and it felt like something that you could stroll through the park listening to. And so I thought, let's do something that's sort of meandering. So when I started making melodies, I tried to make melodies that you couldn't guess where the next note was coming from. Like, there would be this feeling of anticipation of a note, and you would always be surprised by the note that was actually played. So if you thought, if the feeling of pull in the melody was going up, I would make the melody go down. Like, I used my own feelings of anticipation to guide which note that I'd play next. Like, I'd always do the note that would not be the one that you anticipated. So that's kind of how it started. And it was a real struggle, actually, because the melodies that were manifesting, it was hard to know what direction to take them. You know, so we made a whole bunch of melodies and accompaniments, and we kept having to work on this track and then stop working on it and then going back to it and then stop working on it before it's sort of like it started to come together. And you know, one of the other things that I sort of had on my mind at the same time too was trying to do a song that would make a good TikTok dance. And I'm a fan of dancing. I take a lot of dance classes as a hobby, and I thought it would be cool to do something that had like a robotic feel and that had like sound effects that would be cool to do like a robot dance or a hip hop dance too for like a TikTok video. So, did you find it?
I did. I mean, I found a version of it.
But can she play it? Because it's a .ogg.
No, but that's what I made it. I used it in a VR project. H-E-I-N-E. Oh, no, that's not right. I hope this is entertaining.
Okay, I'll keep talking.
Keep talking.
So, to inspire that dancing, I looked up a dance video. We put in Ableton, in the video part, a dance video from a robot dancing competition.
I have found it.
Okay, cool. Let me finish this. Okay.
Oh, I hope it's playing. Okay, good. Oh, it's not even, they can't even hear it. I love it. Here we go. No, I just gotta put it in the loop back. We're having a good time. Told you we drank whiskey. Alright. Oh, my word.
Okay, do you want to stop it so I can keep talking?
Alright. Well, you can keep talking because they can't hear it.
Okay, but, okay.
Okay. Sorry.
So, anyway, there's this dance competition video that I watch frequently because I'm so amazed by it. It's the World of Dance competition. It's in the Bay Area in 2015. And the clip that I enjoy is from a dancer whose name is Ditto, which is Dytto. And that's the girl that...
The dancer
that we saw briefly in the frame, and we're going to put her back here in a second.
Okay, but I got the one we're talking about, and here's the Moog one.
Okay, now you get to hear it. Good?
Yeah. Well, I love the song. Actually, I just straight up love the song.
It's an awesome song.
Cool.
So that was the very, very initial inspiration. And then we got some sort of synthesizer sounds together, started meandering.
As you do.
Got kind of lost and like, where is this song going? And then we're like, okay, well, they had this idea of maybe making something that would be a good TikTok dance and with a robot dancer. So then we put this video up and we started making the song go with this dancer. So we added like robot effects and stuff like that. So Lexi's gonna...
So I'm gonna play this, but actually I'm gonna play it with our finished song underneath it, because
then
while we were producing, we were putting together a lot of different elements. So we wanted to make sure all along the way that it looked like, that it sounded like that it went with with a video of a dancer. So like we knew it looked and felt like something that would be danced to. Right.
Oh, wrong song.
There we go.
Okay.
Good old computers.
Well, but that's a good place to stop.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a good place to stop. So, eventually it will stop. So, the video, of course, is sped up. We found the video we liked, and we just wanted to make sure, force it to work, because we just we liked that dancer, and we just wanted to keep using it.
Yeah, so then it started to actually start to come together, and then we were like, hey, this kind of sounds like the light. You were more familiar with the Light Parade. You definitely brought that up because I'm not that familiar with it. So then we started playing the video of the Light Parade, and another thing that we thought of was maybe having a choo-choo train. We started watching videos of the Neverland Ranch, and because we were trying to think of like layers of rhythm and stuff, because we didn't really, at this point early in the song,
we didn't really have the beat.
We didn't have a beat.
Yeah.
We didn't have a beat. So we're like, what are we going to do for rhythm for this? And I was like, well, maybe a choo-choo train rhythm, because, we were looking at trains, and that led us to the Neverland Ranch, and then we heard this rhythm from like a choo-choo train. And so if you listen in the background, there's sort of a chugga 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 of a train.
Oh, and the Griffith Park train. I showed you videos of the Griffith Park train.
Yeah, so we've got that sort of subliminal choo-choo train sound, and then we found this fantastic synth that had like all these harmonics with it. Where did we get that synth from? It was
Which one?
It was like a stock synth, I think.
Which one do you mean?
The one that's in the intro.
Oh.
Yeah, this, not that. That's us. Yeah, this. That
was out of Falcon UVI. Man, on both of these songs, I used Falcon so many times.
Yeah. Well, this synth, all those whistly sounds you hear in it, that was part of the synth. And we were like,
the
whoa.
overtones, but the chords. We wrote the chords.
Yeah, we did the chords, but all that embellishment, all those whistly sounds, that was part of the synth patch.
Yeah.
And that, once we played that completely transformed the song. It was like, oh my god, it's like a song now.
And it gave it like the motion it needed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. In retrospect, you couldn't hear the music from the Electric White Parade, from the Main Street Electrical Parade, but you know, it could have some more motion to be considered.
Yeah, I mean, and then we still needed a fat beat, so I think we just found a fat beat.
I think we just found a fat beat.
We just
yeah, I mean, I think it came together when I put a break beat on it. I mean, it's, in our previous track recap, it was just MIDI, kick, snare, hi-hat. I mean, it was simple and it worked. And that wasn't working enough. That wasn't enough for this. So once I put, I think, this break on it, then it like came into focus for us.
I mean,
yeah, but even when I take the break out, like I'm pretty sure the other motion-y things we have in there were inspired by the break. So we wouldn't even have this other stuff.
That's the
chugga chugga choo choo. Yeah, I think it just all adds up to like goodness. So cool.
Yeah, so and you can kind of hear the sound effects that are like the robot sound effects, and no, I think that's pretty much the story. So somebody who does the robot or hip hop dances, could you please make a TikTok video for this song, because we made this
for you.
We made this song for you.
Choo choo.
To make a TikTok dance. Yeah. Right? Don't make me do it.
We're not breakdancers.
I'm not the guy.
We like it. We can do that. We can do the breakdance stance, like we're like ready to dance. We can do the thing, and then like do the you know.
Oh wait, we haven't talked about the vocal.
Yeah, we're not done yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but what do they call that? Where you go back and forth, like ready to dance?
Getting ready to dance, maybe.
Reminds me of Bronco in Street Fighter, where, like he's doing the capoeira, like ready to fight. That's what the B-boys seem like to me.
Yeah, but
okay.
That's actually part of the inspiration for this capoeira.
Oh, yeah. How about that? All right, cool. I learn something every day. So that's the beat. I hope you agree that it is a fat beat.
Yeah. That is a fat beat.
It is a fat beat. I just hope they agree that it's a fat beat, because we're right. Okay. And moving on. If you recall in my previous video, these are like, groups that I have set up in my default template, and I just kind of, use them freely and copy and move them around freely, but that's the general structure of how I work. And I end up using these buses as groupings, but also as like, processing and routing, group processing. Obviously, one does that, but like instead of a complicated series of mixed buses, I use the groups for that. So.
Oh, what sound pack is this from?
I don't know if that's from a sound pack.
It's not from a toy.
No, that's not. This isn't from Toy Suite. I think it's just I was looking for a Calliope sample. And
Calliope again.
Circusy, wanted to reinforce the circus concept.
The circus theme.
And keep it whimsical. Keep it whimsical, bro. So yeah. So and then that's pretty much all that's in there. That and the intro Moog. Oops, it's not solid anymore. Which we discussed previously, and this Moog It goes like this. Yeah, good old computers. Gotta love them. And we'll get to the vocals. Of course, we'll get to the vocals. And then more calliope. So that's pretty much that groove. And then the very similar, pretty much the same concept, grouping has different random stuff in it. Circusy things. It's a glockenspiel and a toy piano.
Now, mind you, all of these melodies were really uncomfortable initially to play because it was just like, where are we going with this?
Yeah.
Somehow it worked out.
Yeah, and I was in particular, I was like anxious about how this could fit as bass music, as dance music.
Yeah.
I was like, where are we going? This is cool, but I'm scared to like put all this energy into this song. Not knowing if it's gonna like really like hit the target of like bass heads and bass culture. And in retrospect, I'm so glad I trusted Shakey and took a chance on keeping going on this, because I absolutely think it qualifies. Not only does it qualify, but we played it at a DJ convention on a big system, like a demo system for Bass Boss speakers and subs. And Keith Shockley was in the room.
Oh, was that the track that
he heard all of them. I don't think this is the one he fell over on. But he
literally fell over.
He heard our whole EP, including this song, and like flopped on the ground.
He flung himself to the floor.
You know what I mean? And so, like, you know,
and rolled around.
It was like, you know, that, you know, would have been one of my most nervous moments. You know, playing this music for someone we admire and for someone in the industry. And you know, if I had already like gotten over my apprehension about this track, but if there was any left, it was gone after that point, because we were playing weird bass music for someone who could have easily just turned their nose up at it, but no. And so, you know, in the end, it's one of the.
Oh, it's also out of on Beatport, our Beatport top selling songs
from this.
This song is the top selling song.
Yeah, track number 4, and the one that's the weird, that's like the most peppy, the one that's all like sugary, not sugary, but it's like the least idiomatic, and this is the one. Yeah,
this is the one that's selling on Beatport more than any other song on the EP.
Can you believe it?
Go figure.
Go figure. All right. For some reason, when I made a new group for this, I called it Tad Dad. I was feeling silly that day. And then more Falcon down here. Just chords supporting the main melody. Da 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 da.
Yeah,
these are just chords supporting that.
Just kept it super basic.
And then I don't think I used this channel. Is there a rooster bass? Oh, is this at the end? What is this? Oh yeah, it's this little bumper at the end of the song. Yeah. And then this piano.
But we should explain what that is.
Oh, this is funny. I didn't freeze this channel, so it's flattened. You tell them. It's also out of UVI Toy Suite.
It's from Toy Suite, and it's one of those toys that I think it's supposed to be a cow. Or
I think this one was a rooster version of it. That's why I called it Rooster Bass.
Okay, it's like a little thing. It looks like it looks kind of like this, but a little thicker.
And then you turn it
over.
And
you flip it over,
and it goes
there's a weight in it, and the weight goes down, and it just makes a weird sound. And I think the classic one is a cow.
Totally.
Where it goes, and then you flip it over. But this one, I guess, is like a rooster.
Mm-hmm.
And it was accidentally at the end of the song. And
oh yeah, I had like bounced it, and we didn't intend for it to be there. And then when we like got finishing that session, we played the song out, and then it happened, and we laughed so much that we kept it in.
It was so funny that we're like, that definitely has to be the end of the song. So there's like that rooster toy.
All right.
At the end.
All right. So then the bass bus is just these Moogs.
That's very Electric Light Parade.
Yeah, this one is a Arturia Mini Moog, and then the bottom one is just like a wub sample that I used to double it with. And we got subs, which is just a sine wave out of operator with some juice on it. Not even a lot of juice. Probably can't hear that unless you have good speakers. Okie doke. And then we get to the effects bus, which is just random stuff, swishes and whatnot. Oh, interesting.
Oh, you have that solo.
I know, it's supposed to be solo. Huh. I am not sure why it's not playing the things underneath it at this time. Alright, I'll keep going. I must have done something funny in the routing or something for this presentation.
Oh, these are drills. These are electric drills.
Oh, yeah, I think I did something silly with the routing, but it actually doesn't affect anything because unusually so, I don't have any processing going on in this grouping, and they all skip to my my summing bus, so it actually doesn't make a difference. Just by luck, it's transparent, so these are all just like random sound effects. Well, whatever. I have to solo all these separate because I messed it up. Yeah, just like random little glitches and random stuff. You get the point, and then we get to the Vox, and we recorded. You want to talk about the vocals?
Well, basically, she did most of the vocals. I mean, we have a microphone set up here all the time. It's like
I use it for my teaching.
It's on a mic stand, and sometimes when we just need a sound, any sound, we just pull the mic over,
make it ourselves.
We just make it with our mouths, and distort it or pitch it up or pitch down,
like this,
like Biz Markie. We make the music with our mouth.
That's where I was going with that.
Biz
setting it up, knocks it down.
R.I.P. Biz Markie. So we wanted to throw a vocal on this, and basically we just pulled the mic over
and just riffed, which I tend to overthink things and pre-plan and write lyrics and whatever, but this one we were just like, and it's partly because I wasn't taking it seriously. I am forced to admit, for all of your education, that because I didn't know where this was going, and because I couldn't preconceive, like I frequently do, what this would look like and where I'm hoping it would fit in the constellation of bass music, I just let my guard down, and we recorded random stuff, and it turned out great.
Well, she just grabbed the mic, and I mean, Lexi is an incredible vocalist. She's a trained opera singer. She doesn't really tell too many people that, but she's an amazing, amazing singer, and she can just do vocals, like all kinds of stuff, like all different kinds of voices and characters, and so she just took the mic and she just riffed this, I'm a fun guy, baby pop your mushroom, and then
we'll play for him.
And then I threw in the sort of pop silly silly part of the chorus, and I mean that was it. It was just, we just did it and turned it, and it happened very, very quickly.
I also have to give shouts to the Dojo's own Luke Rain, because at the time, this was in the middle of 2020. Oh my gosh, this is like a year and a half ago now. Or no, we started this one later. We started this one towards the end of 2020. But I was feeling really inspired by Luke Rain's fearlessness when recording vocals. He has his own vocals in all his songs, and he just goes and goes and goes and comes up with endless ideas. And I was like, I can do that. And so we just did.
You know, there's a lot of vocalists that are amazing vocalists that aren't singers, and I am not a singer, but I feel like she's a singer and she could do pretty much anything. I am definitely not a singer, but I feel like if you got the right concept, you can do a vocal. So I didn't do any vocals on this. She did all the vocals, and I think they're amazing. And she even did some really silly thing at the end, super silly thing, and I was like,
and we kept it.
I was like, yo, that's hilarious.
We kept it.
Just keep it.
I'm gonna play it for you in all of my embarrassed glory right now.
You're a fun guy, baby, pop your mushroom. 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 Pop silly, silly, pop silly, silly. Pop silly, silly, pop silly, silly. Pop silly, silly, pop silly, silly.
Hey.
Pop silly, silly, pop silly, silly, silly.
And then later,
besides mushrooms, mushrooms,
hilarious. And you know,
everybody loves
mushrooms.
Everybody loves mushrooms. I mean, you know, it's joyful.
It's joyful. I'm blown away that I even thought of the lyrics just off the cuff. I literally just put the microphone in front of my face.
Yeah,
and I was
zero time thinking about it. None.
So yeah, and that turned out like this.
Wait, stop it for a sec. I just want to point out that there's gulping sounds in the background, like gulp. Like you ate a mushroom. You could just go back. Listen for this.
And then the other vocal. And I just discovered that despite us having our headphones on, the music was playing through the speakers the whole time. So this video will be a little phasey, and that's okay.
All right. Well, was it really?
Yeah.
Good times.
Good times.
Good times.
Good times.
Well, now you know the story. This was a super fun track to make. There was no way for us to even conceptualize the direction of this track, and it's our best-selling track on Beatport. So there you have it, folks.
Thanks. Enjoy our EP. Hey, go buy our EP.
Make a TikTok video to this.
Like James Brown says, come and see my show.
Come and see my show.
Have a chair.
Have a chair.